Hey everybody, welcome back to the shop. What you're looking at here is a bolt that apparently is hard to find. I'm not exactly sure all the things it fits, but Matt's here and he's going to explain that bolt. This is a new old stock bolt right here, and we're going to oops, hang in there. We got some 4140 hex stock, and Matt's going to try and make these on the lathe. We're going to see how that goes, but I'll save him from messing up the material. But Matt's going to try and make himself some bolts. Apparently a few guys out there said it couldn't be done, but you know, they could all suck it. We're gonna make a bolt, and I'm going to turn it over to Matt. Hang on, I'll move the camera, and we'll explain what the hell this bolt is and why it's important.
All right.
Go for it.
So these guys were used on M715s as well as the mid to late 60s Gladiator pickup trucks with a high GVW. So that would have been a 7,000 or 8,000 pound truck. They used these greasable bolts that went along with your bronze bushings here. So the trucks that didn't have the rubber, they would have had the bronze, and it would have been a greasable application.
What's the part number on that bolt, Matt?
All right, so these guys are 912677.
And they're getting tough to find these days?
The supply has completely run out. All the suppliers that did have them no longer have them, and there's nobody that wants to take on the manufacturing process and getting these guys back on the market.
Okay guys, so we're going to make some bolts, and then obviously we're going to turn them out of this 1/8" hex stock, and then we're going to send them out to be hardened. We'll test this bolt, see what that hardness is, and we'll match it perfectly on the new bolts we make. This bolt has a knurl right here which holds it in the shackle. We got to mill a flat here. We got to drill a hole. That's a 1/8 NPT grease fitting. We got a 5/8 18 thread on the end, and we got to hold 875 on our diameter. Now we're making two. This is a new old stock one that Matt found somewhere. We're going to make two that he needs. If there are any CNC shops that want to make this bolt in quantity, put me a comment below. There are a lot of guys that need these, and we would be interested in making quantities of them. So if there's any CNC turning shops that would be interested in that, please let me know. It would help a lot of guys out. We're going to get set up in lathe next, and start going through making this bolt. Okay guys, we're over here on the Monarch. This is an old 1954 lathe, but it's super precise, and making this bolt, there's a lot to this bolt, but making it is just following one step after another, holding tight tolerances, and we're going to see how Matt does on this. First time on a lathe, and we'll see how he does. But it's just a question of taking your time, measuring carefully, and basic machining processes. So it shouldn't be too terrible. It might take a while, but it shouldn't be too bad. And we'll show you step by step how it turns in from raw hex stock to a finished bolt. Guys, we're just going to take some roughing cuts. That side is going to be the bolt head side. See, I got a red mark on that. We're going to stay away from that and fine tune that a little bit later. We've got it supported on the center on that side. We've got it in the chuck on that side. It's nice and rigid, and we're just going to tickle that until we get the 875 dimension that we're looking for. guys, Matt's just creeping up on it now. We're getting close to size. That's a 20,000ths cut there. Make a couple of those and then dial it right into 875. We'll check the temperature, make sure that this isn't too hot, and we'll let it cool. We'll measure it at room temperature so we know we're right. We'll try the bronze bushing on there, and then we'll continue on and make the head, and then do the threading to finish it out. Okay guys, we got the 875 diameter on the main bolt shoulder, and we're going after the thread diameter now. Again, that's 5/8 18, so we're shooting for 625 diameter here, and we're just dialing in and cutting and just creeping up on it. Okay guys, just throwing a knurl on here. This is what's going to get trapped in the shackle so that the bolt doesn't spin. We're just feeding in a little bit and making a knurl, and we'll measure it and compare it to the original and keep sending it in until we get the right diameter. Alright, let's try fitting in there. Okay guys, this is where we got yesterday. We got the bolt just about finished except for the threads. There's the original to compare it to. We got Matt on the lathe again, and he's just getting the hex stock rounded out. And this is the second bolt we're working on. This is Matt's first time making some real good parts on a lathe, and if he keeps following instructions, he's going to have two nice bolts. So yesterday he got the basics down. Today we're going to let him hang out and suffer a little bit and get through this one himself. We'll see how he does. We'll pull him out of the fire if we need to. Okay guys, here's the two bolts that Matt kind of fabricated. We still got to put the threads on there. This is long. We're going to put the threads on, and I'll show you when we do that. We're not going to do that today, but we're going to thread this whole thing and then cut it off to what we need. Now a while ago, because these bolts are hard to find and the shackles were hard to find, we made these here in the shop a while ago. The side plates are a little bit heavier than normal. We've got our tube welded in there. Bronze bushing is already pressed in there. TIG welded on the outside, much better than the factory. So these are good heavy shackles. The bolts are done. Matt's going to kind of put one together to show you how it goes together, and why this stuff kind of wore out so fast.
Let's see. This guy here.
A little snug in there. Anyway, the bushing goes in there. The bolt's going to go through. It's a greasable bolt. But you guys got to remember to grease these things. There's a little paint in there and stuff. But you can see how they go together.
Nice
so,
and snug.
like I say, these bolts a lot of guys need. And we're still kind of looking for a CNC guy or somebody that can make these in quantity. These are going to go out for hardening. After we get the threads in, we're going to send those out to be hardened, and we get them back, we'll show them to you again. But there's the shackles, there's the bolts. and more coming on that soon. Okay guys, we're out here in the threading shed. I've got my rigid 535 pipe threader set up with some bolt dies, 5/8 18, and we'll close them to do the threading and open them up right at the shoulder. This is a good way to go. You got good oil flow on the whole thing, and it's just a good way to do some threading. Okay guys, here's the finished bolts. I'm going to try and zoom in on those guys a little bit. There is the factory one. And I think you can see the reproductions are quite accurate. There's the shackle, the bushing, and Matt's going to show the bolt a little bit. There's our grease fitting, 1/8 inch NPT grease fitting. Same size grease hole, and the flat and everything's the same, thread's the same. 1 1/8 inch hex on the end, and there's the shackles we made a while ago, and it slides right up to the knurls. Let me show you the knurl there. That's what's going to bite in to the shackle and not allow that bolt to spin, and everything fits in there just perfect. So Matt had a terrible time figuring out how to get these bolts done, and give me a rundown on how long you've been looking for these bolts and what it took to get them.
Yeah, so like I mentioned before, these new old stock ones used to be everywhere, and recently in the past year everyone's run out of them. There's no more suppliers that carry them. Nobody wants to get them made. So whatever's out there sitting in people's garages on the shelf, that's it. That's all that there is. I've reached out to countless machine shops and machinists and anyone who had a lathe that could get it done, and everyone said it was too difficult, it couldn't be done. Everyone was trying to figure out other things, other ways to remake this bolt in a different way. But at the end of the day, you know, here they are. I made them myself, and
what was that like? You're just new to the lathe. First bolt we kind of did together. Matt made that second bolt just about 100% on his own. How difficult was it, Matt?
A second time on the lathe, and it was a step-by-step process. Once you follow the steps and do everything methodically, it was not a difficult task at all. I feel confident that I could do this again.
Okay, see what I'm saying, guys? If you have a mill and a lathe, you just need an imagination to make any part you want. Now, like I say, Matt had no experience on a lathe. We talked about speeds and feeds, and that just takes a while on the lathe to get that kind of stuff figured out. But once we had everything figured out for the first one, you know, it stuck with him, and he was able to carefully go about making the second one. And the key is patience, and don't try and rush these things. But you know, just with a few tools, this took a lathe and a mill. And now when we made the shackles, that took a little bit more tools. We needed the press brake to do this and stuff, but don't be held back, guys. Don't think that you can't build stuff. Get yourself two of the most critical tools, besides your hand tools, are going to be a lathe and a mill. you can, well, you're seeing what you can do. If you needed that stuff and you couldn't find it, machine shops are getting hard to find. Everybody's CNC now. The manual shops are hard to find, but look at what we were able to produce by just following some simple steps. You need to have a little bit of machining knowledge, and like I say, once we got set up and Matt knew the speeds we were using and the feeds and stuff like that, that second bolt there was 100% made by like a first timer. So just look at what you can do. I know it was difficult getting to this point, Matt, but there's a lot of people that just can't think outside the box and make stuff. And there they are, all you naysayers and all you guys that say it couldn't be done. They're sitting right in front of you right there. These are now going to go out for hardening, and the same thing like I did with the axle shafts. The original bolt is going to be tested, and then the hardening shop that I use is going to make these exactly like this one, and that will be a long-lasting bolt. So we're going to end it here, and thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed seeing those get made, and we'll catch you on the next one.